Hi guys, I'm so excited. I just got my book, my author proof copy in the mail. I'm so excited. Let me just open this. Okay, ready? Since this is a proof copy, that's why it has the mark on it and stuff. And another thing is that I knew that this was a problem here, and I was working with the person who designed my cover, and we were able to fix it. So the paperbacks that are going to be ordered officially will not have this problem. This has been fixed. But that cover is so pretty. And then the back of it, oh, she killed it. It's just absolutely beautiful. I know that I did kind of maybe break the rules with this cover because it's a self-help genre. It's not a romance novel, and this kind of might look like a romance novel, but it's not. And so I just wanted to do something different, and so that's why it's a little bit more unique maybe for a self-help book, but I'm so excited. I was able to afford to hire someone to format it. I saved money from YouTube, from my YouTube paychecks last summer, and I was able to pay someone a pretty decent amount of money to format the book, and so that's why it looks more professional than my first book did. It's so pretty. I'm just really happy. I'm so excited to get this book into your hands. I have this book scheduled to be released on Amazon and Barnes & Noble on February 1st. So I will definitely let you guys know on February 1st when it's available. And on Amazon, you can pre-order the Kindle version, but they have, I'm not sure why, but you can't actually pre-order paperbacks on Amazon. So you cannot order a paperback on Amazon until the actual release date. But on Barnes & Noble, you can pre-order both the ebook and the paperback. So I will link both of those below if you would like to pre-order them. Otherwise, you can just wait till February 1st. Oh, I just realized I haven't even really talked about what this book is even about yet. So this book, the title is Sexual Wholeness, Bringing Couples Together Physically, Spiritually, and Emotionally. And Mike and I, have not had an easy marriage. We've had a lot of struggles and trauma, not from us specifically, but from our past. And it was me who had to work through a lot of things because Mike had more time before we got married to work through stuff, and I had a lot less time. And so we had a lot to work through. And so it just made for a not very easy marriage. And so in this book, I talk about our story, and I'm sharing. You might think because of the title that it's about sex positions or how to have sex, and I'm not talking about that in particular. I'm talking about the heart and the emotions, the mind, all of that aspect of sex, because it's not all physical, and it's very much from a Christian perspective. This is not for people who don't believe in God. It's very much for Christians, for the church, and of course anyone can read it, but my target audience is Christians. And I also tried to make it so that single people can read it. I tried to make it so that if men want to read it, it's not going to make them feel uncomfortable, but the target audience is women. I'm really, really happy and excited for this to be made public. I've been working on it for like a whole year, and it's taken forever, and I feel like I've just been waiting for this to be released, and the day is finally here. I can't believe I can finally say this. I have 2 books. This is crazy. It just feels surreal. What even? I also did some filming of the book writing process, and I'm going to include that footage after this. So maybe some of you might be interested in seeing the behind the scenes of that. So you might want to see the rest of the video, but for those of you who just wanted to see the book announcement, this is the end of the book announcement. So I will see you guys in another video, or continue watching and you'll see more of the book writing process. Liam is still sleeping, so I'm trying to be a little quieter. But I'm just working on writing right now. I have been getting up at 6 o'clock most mornings so that I can have maybe an hour or so before Liam gets up to spend and just write. I have my book here. I write my books on paper, and then after I finish writing all the content, I will go and type it out on my laptop and then work on editing from there. So it is a little bit more complicated, but I just prefer to write it out on paper. And I have my coffee and my notes and my Bible and stuff. But I just wanted to make a video and share like what it looks like behind the scenes to write a book, and there's just so much that goes into it, and it's very intense. And I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to capture all of that. Yeah, I just thought it would be fun and to bring you guys along and show a bit of behind the scenes. And I'm currently on chapter 5 of my book. I do not remember what all that I have shared before about this. I don't remember like if I've even said what the book is about, and I don't think I'm going to share exactly until later on. But I just realized that this video won't be released until this book is probably finished, I'm guessing. I'm not sure exactly, but so I guess that means I could talk about it a little bit. So in chapter 5, I'm writing about men and women and the differences in each of them and who God is, and maybe some different aspects that we don't normally think about. And I just feel like it's extra intense spiritually because this is something I've faced on such a personal level, and it's something that really has changed our marriage as I've grown. But this topic is something that excites me and really makes me feel very passionate and excited, because it's something that most people aren't really taught or aware of, and it's something that really was a huge game changer for us. And I know of other people who practice these same principles in their marriages are just so beautiful, and yeah, it just makes me feel really excited, and I hope that it can help other people, and I pray that this touches lives and changes marriages. It's so powerful, and God has been just giving me so many things. If you were to see all the behind the scenes, it would be me asking God, like every so often, I just ask him to guide me and to show me the truth and the wisdom and give me what I need to write this book. And he does. Every time he gives me words, I'm going along and I like close my eyes and listen, and he gives me a word. I hear something in my mind, and usually that's my next piece, and I write it down, and it just flows from there. Like he just keeps giving me more and more. Yay, I finally finished chapter 5. Oh, I've been working so hard on this chapter for what feels like weeks, and I've finally finished. And it's the topic of submission, which is the hot topic that everybody hates to talk about. So I'm so happy to be done, and I'm sure that I will eventually be adding more, like when I edit it, because I feel like it needs to have something bring it together, sort of tie the ends together. So we'll see how it turns out. Time for another book update. So I'm working on chapter 6. I just started a couple days ago and it's going really well. I'm excited about this one because it's got some different topics that are just really exciting to me and something that I've had to work through a lot. Of course, every chapter is like that, but I feel like this one is like extra special, so I'm very excited about it. And I just added another chapter. I believe it's going to be a chapter 9, I think, that I'm going to put it at, and then just bump all the other chapters up another one. I forgot to add the spiritual connection chapter. I had the emotional, I had the I think all those, but then I forgot the spiritual connection. I was like, oh, that was a pretty big mistake, so I'm gonna add that one in. So good things are happening, and in chapter 6, as I was working on it, there were things I'm adding in that I completely forgot about. Like, I don't think I got everything that I wanted to write down in the outline of each chapter, so I'm like working on adding things as I go, and it's quite a lengthy, intense process, but it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun doing this, and I'm just dreaming of the day that I can finish this, and I'm starting to reach that point where I feel like itchy to get to the finish line. Like I just am itching to get there, and I'm pushing and working every single day on this project, and I am just absolutely thrilled to think of the day that this will be finished. I don't know when, because I started this book in January of 2024 and it's now July. Given that we did move in the beginning of the year and there were like maybe 2 months that I did not spend any time writing at all, so that set me back. But I'm trying to make up for lost time, and I'm trying to work extra hard on it because I just want to get this finished, and I feel like it might be a bigger project than my first book was to get published, because I want to do an audiobook and I want to do it like more professionally, in the sense that I want the formatting to be done better, maybe by somebody professional. We'll see how that goes, but this is going to be fun to watch back over this video and see how it turns out, because this process is a little challenging, and maybe I'll try to show a little bit more of behind the scenes of what it all looks like. But I need to go take care of my little 2-year-old, so we'll see you guys next time. So I've not made a book update video for a couple weeks. I just started chapter 7 and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I've been just like figuring out the layout of the book, not formatting, but just the chapters, different subjects. I feel like I've just had to sort of do some shifting around, because in my what's the word, not the blueprint, but like the word just will not come into my head, but like how you write out the different topics for your book. I have the image in my head and I can't pull up the word. Outline. For the outline. Yeah, I've had to switch things around because I had some things in different places that I needed to change. I'm not going to explain exactly what that is, but it's just been a bit of a roller coaster, and I've been just like shifting stuff. But I guess I just wanted to show a little picture of some of the chaos of the behind the scenes, in case you want to know what it looks like to be a stay-at-home mom and a YouTuber and an author and all the things. I need to edit a video, so there's my laptop, and then I have my stuff, writing stuff under there. I did manage to get the dishes started, but I need to clean like all that stuff off. I hate having it cluttered with stuff, and I needed to like wipe all the surfaces down because they're dirty, and I have not gotten to that yet. There are toys everywhere, and coloring stuff, and I really don't mind though, because this is all going to get cleaned up. It's just part of the everyday little things that we have to work with. This is what it looks like while I'm busy working, and then afterwards we get stuff cleaned up, and I have to finish the cleaning afterwards, but first I get my work done. And a huge part of that is having quiet time. I'm making myself a cup of tea, and after that we will have quiet time, and that just helps me so much to keep myself together. And when I was first going to write this book, I went through a whole bunch of my notes and just like made an outline based off of these notes, which is actually what I did for my first book, and it worked really well for that one. But this one, I think that I just didn't quite have a clear idea of what I actually wanted, and also it was that we were going through a lot of chaos. It was while we were in the first 6 months of our camper life, which was a super... Yeah. It was while we were going through some super chaotic times, and I should have probably waited to start until we were more settled, but I didn't. And so I think that's why this outline has been giving me some trouble, because it's just chaotic, and just having to figure it out as I go. And it's just wild what God is showing to me, like maybe even especially because of the fact that my outline is so chaotic. It's crazy what he's showing to me, and as long as I just keep my ears open, my spiritual ears open to hear what he has to say, and I always ask him for wisdom and ask him to show me what to write next, it always comes, and I just have to like wait a second and pause, and he'll show me, and then the flow starts coming, and I just have to sort of keep up with that. And that sometimes is overwhelming, because sometimes it's just like it feels like an avalanche, and I have to scramble to keep up, or I'll at least write it in my notes if I don't have time to finish writing right then. I just have to keep it written in my notes so that I can remember it for later. So writing a book is not an easy thing. Chapter 7 update. It's cool because as I was writing, the topic of the chapter literally emerged, and I was not even planning on dedicating a chapter to this topic, but it's been so cool to see the things God has led me to write and how he's weaving it together. It's like things that I just follow the promptings of what he tells me to, and it comes together so beautifully in a better way than I could have done on my own. So I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out, but I'm almost done with chapter 7. Okay, so I'm almost done with chapter 8, and I realized that I need to come on here and just talk about some of the things that I have been facing over the last couple of weeks. And I'm getting to the point in this project where I am facing a ton of spiritual warfare, and this has happened with my first book as well. And the thing is that it's like over the first little bit, Satan, it feels like he's just observing me, and he's just letting me go and move forward until I get to the middle, to like 2/3 through, and then suddenly the pressure starts coming on. And for me, the battle is mental. Like, I guess that's where he likes to target my mind, and he just was heaping all kinds of lies. Oh, so many lies were just filling my mind and drowning me with discouragement, fear, doubt, anger, self-hatred, and just like so many things. Just, I couldn't even think hardly. I was just like, there were so many things in our situation where I just was feeling like giving up. Like, what's the point of even going forward with this? And I realized, I'm like, wait a second, this isn't right. Something is going on. And then I was like, duh, it's because of my book. I have been making a lot of progress and pushing forward. And yeah, like I said, I'm almost done with chapter 8. And that is the amount of chapters that was in my first book. And I'm not done with this book yet, but I got so angry at Satan yesterday that I got out my piano and I played worship music on my piano, and I also played music on my phone just while I was working, until it broke, until there was a shift. I was just like, okay, I am done with this. I'm sick of having this mental struggle. I'm sick of having this attack. I'm writing this book whether Satan likes it or not, and I'm going to move forward. And so I just fought and That was yesterday, and today I was able to make a lot more progress. And then later on in the day I started feeling these attacks coming on again, and so I just pushed through and finished the chapter. I think I'm almost done, and I think for now I have to rest for a little bit, and it's been helpful for me to even take a day of rest, and it helps to refresh my mind and help me get back on track. Normally I write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the mornings, and then take a rest Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that really helps. But I think that I'm gonna have to rest for a little bit now because that was intense, and rest can be a weapon too. So that's a little update of what's been going on. Good morning, and please ignore my messy hair and pajamas, but it's early morning and I'm gonna be working on my writing. I actually finished the first draft last week, so I have these 2 books. This one's not quite full, but I'm finished with the first draft, so I'm gonna go ahead and start typing it into my laptop. I'm so excited. I have my laptop and my coffee, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm more or less finished with the second chapter rewriting. Good morning, guys. I just finished with the second draft of the 6th chapter, so I now have the next 4 chapters to finish with the second draft, and then I guess we'll see if that's all or if God gives me anything more to add. I'm not sure yet, but that's so exciting. I'm making some really fast progress on this, so I'm really happy. So far we have 32,790 words. Hi guys, sorry about my messy hair and stuff, but I'm just working on writing before Liam wakes up this morning, and I'm working on chapter 9, and over the last few days I have just been facing so much discouragement, like just not wanting to write and just feeling like nobody's ever gonna read this and it's not worth anything and it's stupid and just all these thoughts. And it's funny because this very chapter that I'm writing is about spiritual warfare. So Satan is funny and he's attacking me in the chapter on which I am talking about spiritual warfare. So I'm taking communion, which I'm talking about in this chapter. I'm worshiping and I'm using my spiritual tools to fight back, and I'm not letting him stop me. I'm still sitting here working on it. just finished writing the last chapter. Yay! I'm so excited. I projected that my book would have 55,000 words, and I was right. I actually reached 55,000, and I believe it was like 37 words. 55,347 words. And so that is bigger than my first book. My first book was less than 40,000. And I have added 2 chapters into this book. My first book had 8 chapters, and this one has 10 chapters, so that's cool. Of course, the work is not finished, but now starts the fun part where you can do the intro, the copyright page, and do all the formatting and editing, and the cover, illustrations, all that kind of thing. So there will still be things to work on, but the bulk of the hard part is finished. Man, that was intense. I think that was more intense than my first book. I just submitted the document on Fiverr to a freelancer to do a beta read, which is just reading through it before it's edited. It has not gone through the final editing process yet. And she will just let me know when she finishes. It should be within the next 2 weeks, hopefully sooner. And she will let me know what I can improve and things that I might need to change, and like how good I've done with the flow and structure and grammar and stuff. And then after that process, I will have to get someone also on Fiverr to format and edit it, and then I can get a book cover done. So things are slowly coming together, and I'm really, really pumped. I apologize that I did not finish filming all of the little steps at the end. There were so many more little details. I don't think I filmed any of the formatting or the book cover or uploading it to Amazon or anything like that. So I apologize. I didn't get any of that filmed, but there's so many details to it, and it just didn't feel worth it. It felt like it would be boring, possibly. So I'm sorry I didn't get any of that, but now the book is about to be available. So thanks so much for watching all of this. I hope this was an encouragement and a blessing to you, and I really hope that you enjoy this book. So I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.